Hello everybody, how you all doing? I hope you all doing well. My name is Paradise and welcome to the Paradise League Normal Open First of Caldivar Tournament Season number 1. We're gonna have here is day number 3 with semifinals 1 with Fellowship against What Is Your Education Son, and I'm joined here by Henke and Mr. Happy Asthma aka Mark. Gentlemen, how you doing today?
Doing very well. It's bright and early here in the west coast of the United States, and I'm ready to watch some amazing games of HoN. Both these teams crushed us when we played them, so I'm excited to see two of the best go at it. Henke, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Thanks for asking. It's very warm outside, but here I am inside, casting the lovely game we all love.
Hopefully we got some AC. We got some bans coming out already. Artesia, Electrician were already banned. Those were two that dominated us when we played them. Bushwhack, Hammerstorm, Swiftblade. What are your thoughts?
All in all, I think it's very decent bans. Very usual bans from what we have seen in the last tournaments. Hammerstorm, Bushwhack being very strong heroes, so I can definitely see those being banned.
Yeah, maybe some target bans too. Electrician, Artesia.
Yeah. Do they have some players that consistently play these two heroes?
Yeah, when we played against Fellowship, they picked both those heroes against us. And I didn't watch all their other games because I was playing at the same time, but I'm assuming those are two that they tend to pick up if they're left on the board.
So
Will
some
Prophet
respect
pick up?
bans.
That's a hero we've been seeing a lot of.
Yeah, Prophet has some really good teamfight potential and doing a lot of harass.
Blade Rider.
Do Plague Rider pick up?
Interesting.
That is one I did not see as much. Oh, Keeper. That's a hero that they love to pick up. That hero's so tough to play against.
Yeah, a strong keeper player can be very annoying to deal with.
Yeah, and that grasp when he pops out of his invis, it feels like that lasts forever when it happens to you.
Yeah. How long is the duration? It's 2 seconds at max.
It feels like 50. He pops out of nowhere, all his creeps are bashing on you, you die so fast.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh, is that Jungle Solstice potentially? Are we gonna see something unique?
I think we're gonna see Prophet Solstice long lane.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that'll be something to see.
that is something I have played quite a lot actually in TMM, and it's very strong.
I'm excited to see it.
The question is if the enemy knows if they're going Prophet Solstice.
Monarch.
Oh, Monarch pick up. I feel like the defensive supports are definitely the meta in this tournament. We've been seeing a lot of, Pearl, Monarch, Prophet, these heroes with heals.
Yeah.
You got any insight on that, Henke? In the high TMM?
I can agree that defensive support is really in the meta because you can actually save your carry. And that is, from my view, what support is for. Like, I mean, if, for example, if you would have like a Witch Slayer or Riftwalker or something with high damage, like, yeah, maybe you can kill someone, but you can never save your carry most of the times.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something we struggled with. If you go all in a team fight and you didn't kill them in time, and then they get like a Monarch Cocoon or a Pearl ulti, they can just turn the fight so fast, and now everything's on cooldown.
Yeah, that's true. I really like the Monarch pickup here, though, considering they have picked Keeper in the enemy team, so he can just use his ulti and remove Keeper ultimate instantly.
Yeah, that'll be huge if Monarch can react.
Yeah.
That could be game-changing. Oh, Berserker ban coming out. That was another favorite. I believe just Kimmy plays Berserker, but that's the one they picked up against us.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sal
Kimmy has
Puppet been corrupted.
Good bans overall, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say so. I did not see much corrupted that we played against, but again, maybe a more popular ban against these two teams.
I understand the Corrupted Disciple ban here because Corrupted Disciple is one of the heroes that actually can counter Solstice Prophet very well. but you don't really see corrupted banned. It's not really worth banning in most games. It's not like a super carry you are afraid of.
Gotcha. So they're picking that, hoping that their Prophet Solstice lane can go really strong.
Yeah.
If you were a Hellborn team, what are you thinking of other heroes that could counter that kind of a lane?
That is a good question, actually. Like, if the Prophet Solstice lane are good players, it's very hard to deal with it 2 versus 2. So one way you could counter is by tri-laning them top and just completely destroy them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they end up laning this.
Yeah, I'm really curious how this is gonna fall out.
We're still waiting on both mid and carry picks from teams, so I
Yeah.
wonder how they're going to try and take this into the late game. We should have one more ban coming out. They banned Mage Bane. That's another annoying one. Ooh, and Gladiator. Really strong mid hero.
Yeah. Good bans. So what are they gonna pick up here?
Ooh, this is Shadowping and Devourer. That's a really
Ooh.
high impact hero.
I think they might pick Devour for Shoyo Royal. I know this player loves Devour.
Demented Shaman.
Ooh, Dishon. That's another very popular support pick. He's so strong right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that Unbreakable and his ultimate is very, very nice.
Yeah, I imagine you have to go physical damage carry then to stack with the Storm Cloud.
Yeah, that's for sure an advantage.
Silhouette.
Ooh,
Like Silhouettes, yeah.
Nice pickup. Wonder how Legion's going to respond to that.
Yeah. So I guess their plan is like sort of to use Demented Shaman ulti, and then you have Silhouette with his E-spell that gives even bonus physical damage when he's hitting people.
Bubbles.
Bubbles mid pickup.
What do you think about the
I haven't
bubbles?
seen much. Yeah, that's interesting. I think it'll actually go well if they end up picking Devourer. With that take cover, it'll be really hard for Devo to get ahead on him.
Yeah.
And then an early 6 on Bubbles, he has some roam potential.
The bubbles pick in this game particular, I think, is a very, very good pick coming out from them here. Because if you see at Hellborn team, they have extremely to none catch. So
yeah, they're
catching
lacking
the
any
bubbles,
stuns, really.
yeah. So I think Bubbles here is gonna have a very good game if he plays it right.
Oh, and a Predator carry. That'd be really
Predator.
nice. Purge off the Keeper ulti with his
Riptide.
spell. He can go immune to Plague ultis.
Mm.
Ooh, a Riptide mid.
Riptide,
Okay.
interesting.
That's another hero I didn't end up playing against this tournament, but I know from TMM a good Riptide can be really strong.
That is true.
You have to keep tabs on him all over the map once his ulti's up.
Yeah. I mean, after all, it's BKB and Chill, his most favorite hero.
Let's get it
Yeah.
on.
This will be a fun match. I do think I'd favor the Legion lineup of the two just based on the picks, but I mean, what do I know? Both of these teams picked heroes we didn't anticipate, and they played them so well.
Yeah.
So we got a quick pause here while someone's reconnecting. I've noticed kind of an inconsistent amount. Some teams like to take the early TP to get vision up. Other teams don't seem to prioritize that as much. Do you have any thoughts onto whether it's worth like rushing out to get an early ward to try and figure out what the lanes are going to be?
Yeah, definitely. If you manage to TP and actually see the enemy, if you can see 2 of them or just 1 of them, you can pretty much estimate how they are going to lane the other lanes, and then you can rotate to whatever is best for your team. So I think that's a very good thing to do.
Yeah, I'm curious if these guys will end up doing it at the semifinals here, where The rest of the tournament's on the line.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting.
All right, they're reconnected and we're ready to go.
So how do you think Hellborn's gonna lane here, actually?
Let's
You have
get
any
it
thoughts?
on.
I have no idea. I assume it's got to be Riptide mid, but it seems like they might send Disham with him, potentially. Suicide Plague. And then just run 2 top, with Keeper going in and out of the jungle as needed and coming in for ganks. But that's going to be really tough. You said the Solstice Prophet lane is really strong. I mean, Solstice is hard to get a hold of. Or, excuse me, Silhouette's hard to get a hold of, but if you can catch her while her grip's on cooldown, they have some serious skill potential.
Yeah, that's true.
Although maybe they're rotating Disham top after all. He got some vision down on mid.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
we
so
are
it'll be a bit of a
watching.
tri-lane top with Keeper in jungle. Nice.
That is very well played of them to shut down this Solstice Prophet lane if they manage.
Yeah, and Plague's a hard suicide to go against. Since he can deny the creeps, he almost always gets some X from the lane control. Legion will have to do a good job managing the pool and keeping pressure on that Plague so he doesn't get a quick 6 and ulti the Ancients.
That's true. Yeah, Plague is really one of, at least in my eyes, it's like one of the most annoying suicide heroes because, I mean, you can easily kill it, but it's just annoying that you know that you're gonna lose a lot of creeps just because he denies them, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then because he can ulti the Ancients, he can really catch back up on levels even if you keep him pretty low.
Yeah, that is true.
What are your thoughts here on the mid matchup? If you are a Bubbles going against Riptide, who do you favor here?
100% Riptide over Bubbles.
With that silence and the jump, you can get on top of them. Do some serious damage.
And Riptide just have too much auto attack damage against the Bubbles.
Yeah, if you get some good denies, you can really start falling behind.
Yeah.
The Bubbles doing pretty well so far, positioning himself and securing those last hits safely up the hill.
Yeah, he is.
Well played.
So we do see Keeper ending up in the jungle here in the beginning, at least.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to get a few levels in the jungle and just be very active top. Whenever the lane gets pushed up, he can come out of invis and try and set up something. But that means that the top lane might have a little bit of pressure with the Prophet and Solstice until Keeper makes a turn.
That is true. Oh, they're going here on the Prophet here, doing some harass.
Yeah, good damage on that Prophet.
Yeah.
You can't underestimate the harass from Silhouette either. If they can keep him low enough, maybe they won't be able to go in.
That is true, yeah. Silhouette does a lot of damage.
Predator putting some good damage on the Plague. He's about half HP, but they're already at Plague's tower because he's denying the creeps and blocking so well.
So, Riptide picking up an Iron Shield here. What do you think about that?
That's interesting. I mean, I do like the Iron Shield pickup on a lot of heroes. If you're building the agility items anyway, it builds up nice, but I don't know about first item on mid. Maybe because he's taking a lot of harass from the bubbles. He just wants that extra reduction.
Yeah. Like, when Bubbles auto-attacks Riptide now, he barely does any damage at all with that auto-attack when he has the Iron Shield.
Yeah. And Riptide's leading right now in GPM by a bit, as you'd expect with that extra damage he gets in the water. It's really tough to go up against that early on.
It's not gonna be an easy time for Bubbles. It's gonna be a very hard
he's
game
going
for
on
him.
Bubbles now, but he's able to shell away. Yeah, Riptide's already got four denies now. Bubbles sitting there with 0. Top lane though, Solstice is really low. He's bringing himself a potion, but they're actually bringing a lot of harass there from the Hellborn side.
Oh, you see what I'm seeing here? Keeper trying to come here.
Yeah, Keeper trying to make a play, and this is what makes him so hard to play against. He'll come out of nowhere, get the root, and then you have a 3-on-2, although they kind of suss it out here because they have some good vision.
Yeah, that's a
Critique with
well-placed
some
Revo there.
amazing wards, yeah. They have a regular ward and a rev ward there to see the keeper. And they actually are going to set some damage on him here. Although, that might hint to him that they have vision, but we'll see. The GPMs are a bit in favor of Hellborn right now because they have that keeper in the jungle, but Pred's doing a really good job. Of course, he's got the free lane, but he's a little bit handicapped, as you mentioned, because Plague's denying a creep every wave.
Yeah. Oh, look at top lane here. Keeper trying to go in again. Will he be able to catch?
Yeah.
No, he will not.
No, the vision's too strong. But yet, see?
Whoa.
Now they know it's here. Are they able to get the deny in on their rev ward? They took the regular ward out, but their rev is going to fall, so the Legion will keep their Ward of Revelation for a little bit longer.
That is true.
Bubbles
Invis
follows the Invis, so we'll have to see if he makes a play with that later, although he's about a level behind the Riptide right now, excuse me.
Look at Keeper again, man, just lurking around up there.
So active. Bringing pressure. Oh. Keeper, though, getting jumped on, but Solstice might be in a little bit too deep here. Disham throwing out a heal. Keeper really low, but Solstice is about to fall, and he does. And first blood goes to the Keeper of the Forest.
And look at middle here, Riptide going in.
Riptide going in on mid, diving tower a little bit. He's got his bottle full still, though, so he'll be alright.
Well, that's a good bloodlust coming out from the Keeper there.
Yeah, maybe a little too aggressive by the Legion. They thought they could get the Keeper in time.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Slightly overstepping there.
Indeed. Riptide hits his 6, so now he'll have some presence. Although he does not level up his ulti. Is that conventional for Solstice? Or for, I keep saying Solstice. For Riptide?
Yeah, like, you don't really need your ultimate level 6 on Riptide. It doesn't really provide much this early. Because your agility is kind of low at this point, so it's better off just getting more points on Q or W.
Good to know. Plus, I guess if you're dominating your lane, you don't need to roam so much. They
Yeah.
bring Monarch up top, but Keeper potioning up, level 6, coming in for the sneak attack here on Legion. This could be really bad if they don't detect this. They are starting to back up a little bit, but Keeper's in. He attacks for the root on Prophet, then gets it. Actually, triple ulti. It does hit the Monarch. They don't even know who's there. Monarch puts a cocoon on the Prophet last second, but Prophet will fall. Solstice now trapped by the creeps really low. Bubbles TP's up, but it's not enough. They get a double tap. Bubbles is not 6 yet, so he does not have his ulti to try and return. Ends up being a 2 for 0, and Bubbles rotates for nothing. Wow. Keeper with the presence already. That gank was huge.
Yeah, Keeper being really active here, doing some work for them.
Yeah, this is what happened when they picked up Keeper against us. It felt like the same thing. Every time you tried to take even a breath, he was there again ganking. And even now, he's still kind of keeping himself known in top lane, staying really close to the wave. Look, he's coming in again, potentially for another gank. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He gets on the Prophet with another one. Prophet getting really low with the heal bomb from Disham. Isn't enough. Prophet falls. Silhouette getting really low in the background, but is able to escape with the tree jump. Now they get a surround going. And another kill on Solstice. Another double kill here for Hellborn on the top lane. That Keeper of the Forest, they have to ban that next game. Meanwhile, they dove really hard on the Plague. Plague, though, with a nice pullback. Predator diving way too deep. Plague with the hugest play of the year. Oh, but the last second leap takes him down. Oh my god, Pred dove way too deep there. But really smart play there on the Plague Rider on Tinks to get him with the Plague W and kind of keep him tethered and play around the tether. He almost survived there last second. Good TPs there from Riptide to clean up the kill.
Look at the push.
The other thing about Keeper, top lane, he can push so aggressively. If he gets that early lead, your towers just melt, and that early tower goal is so hard to recover if you fall behind. TP's in, coming in from top. Keeper overstaying a little bit here. Monarch holding him in place. Bubbles now in place. Solstice with the charge. Keeper getting really low. They throw an Unbreakable on him. It pops. Is it going to be enough? Another heal. Keeper's ulti's back up. He's able to use it to save himself. One dies in the background to the Keeper ulti. Prophet getting really low. Actually, they're all getting really low. They're focusing on Bubbles right now. Meanwhile, Predator did a dive bottom. We missed it, but he got a kill. Bubbles falling. They're going for even more kills here. Both Prophet and Solstice really, really low. The Riptide rotates over. They're going to get the Prophet. excuse me, Prophet's now going for the run. They get the bubbles. Now they get the Prophet. Keeper getting low, but will be okay. So they get 4 kills there up top for nothing. Meanwhile, Predator gets a consolation kill bottom solo on the Plague, but at what cost? You lose 4 kills and the top tower there. Don't get anyone in return.
This is just going out of hand.
Yeah, this is very one-sided, and now they already take top tower. Keeper can start pressuring mid tower going forward. Oh, Riptide is Invis Rune bottom.
Ooh.
They're trying to set up here on the Predator.
Oh.
Plague comes back. He initiates out of the Invis. Plague gets some damage down. Kimmy's just trying to stay alive any way he can, but he will not.
Oh
The
no.
damage is just too much. And now it's 11-2. Ooh, this is going really rough for Legion team. They need something to get them back into this. They're really behind in X too. They only have 2 people level 6 or above. They have no ulti on Solstice, no ulti on Prophet, and no ulti on Monarch. That is really tough for a team fight. And now Keeper rotating mid, they're going to start pressuring. And these towers are going to begin to fall while Silhouette just continues to farm. Riptide, 500 GPMs, Silhouette, 480.
Yeah.
Here they go on mid tower. And they can't even defend this with the bubbles. He has ulti, but they just let it fall. He tries for the deny, but they can't snag it. Mid tower down. Meanwhile, a potential gank on top. Disham coming up from behind. Solstice way out of position here. Actually, he's already dead. Silhouette just 1v1s him. I don't know what he's thinking up that far. Level 7 Silhouette, level 5 Solstice. Riptide potentially making a play here on bubbles on mid. He does jump into bubbles. He gets the silence. Plays something around to blast him before he can get a shell off. And he will fall. Ooh, Monarch almost gets caught there by the Plague W.
Oh no.
I didn't even see that. He vanished so fast. Prophet down. I'm guessing Keeper got onto him. Now Legion team, 4 people pushing mid while Silhouette rotates back to farm. No, Silhouette gets a double damage. Is actually going to come push as well. So Silhouette with the bottom double damage. They're pushing mid tower. Silhouette pushing top tower. The only thing they have is Kimmy farming, doing what he can. Keeper ulti on mid catches 2. Solstice and Monarch. The Plague ulti comes out and they just die instantaneously. 2 heroes down and the tower will fall. 16-2 right now. With another mid tower down. It's a 3-tower advantage in favor of Hellborn. Kimmy trying to get that bottom tower as a consolation to keep his team in it any way he can. But I don't know if it'll be enough. Level 10 now on Riptide. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Look at the bubbles here. Only having 147 GPM against Riptide 575.
The entire Legion team has 150 or lower GPM except for Predator, who's only 350. Meanwhile, almost the entire Hellborn team is 350 or above. Now Hellborn pressuring the top tower. This is what I'm saying about the Keeper snowball. This is what happened to us. Once they get a couple good ganks and they take out 4 towers in 2 minutes, what do? I don't even know how you crawl back into this game. And they've got to be careful. Prophet almost gets caught there. Now they're rotating to bottom. Keeper TPing in. They're going to pressure that tower.
Oh, Predator jumping in.
Excuse me, Predator trying to initiate actually on the Riptide, but he sees
he's in trouble here.
To back out. Yeah, he's in trouble here. They get the stun off with the Disham, and Kimmy probably will fall here. He's trying to escape from the 3 heroes. Let's see how his jukes work out. A really nice attempt at a juke, but it's not enough. And Kimmy goes down, and now the entire Hellborn team pretty much rotating bottom to pressure that tower as well.
I don't know about you, Mark, but this game looks very grim.
Yeah, it seems out of control, and as they continue to take more towers, the Legion team's falling further and further behind. They still don't have 6 on Solstice, they still don't have 6 on Monarch. They just finally got it on Prophet.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion.
The gold lead is insane, 17,000. They have more than double the gold of Legion team.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy, and then they're just so behind now in levels as well. And it's hard to farm on the map once you start losing those towers.
Look at Silhouette here.
Although Silhouette getting really low. Bubbles Monarch with a nice gank, almost killing Silhouette. About 100 HP left, he's able to tree grapple away.
Look at
that would have been a really nice kill
here
to get something. Meanwhile, they're just pressuring bottom tower. They fortified for the Legion. Kimmy smoked, but I don't know what he can do here against 4 heroes under level. And they can't do anything. They just let the bottom towers fall. 2 more towers to extend the Hellborn lead.
At least Solstice and Prophet got the top tower here.
Yeah, Solstice getting a 6 and picking up the top tower, doing what they can to trade on the map. They needed that, a little bit of gold spike. The only thing that can maybe save him is if Hellborn dives. Kimmy actually going in a little bit here on the Riptide, but he's gonna be careful because he's by himself. Plague ulti going in though, with the Keeper ulti. Plague ulti dissipates, but Monarch does fall to the Keeper ulti.
Oh no.
Now, Prophet return ulting just kind of defensively here. Legion getting a little bit low, but if they can get healed up and get back, maybe they can make a fight here. The Keeper gets a root onto the Predator, but it's not enough. Legion getting low. Solstice getting kind of caught out here, and Solstice will fall.
They're in their base.
They're already diving a little bit here. Riptide just putting pressure on while the tower falls. They're going for racks here already. They have that Keeper Astrolabe just to give them a little bit of extra refreshment, and the tower will already fall. They're going for melee racks already.
I don't think they can stop them.
Yeah, Legion's healing up to try and make a fight here. Let's see if they can do anything. They're putting some damage on the Keeper, but these buildings are starting to get really low. Range rack's almost dead. Melee at half. Range will fall. Melee getting really low. Hellborn just doesn't have the damage. They're too under-leveled. There's too much itemization. They're actually able to save the melee racks. They're going to go in here on the Keeper of the Forest. Silhouette's also a little bit low, but they're just so tanky. Solstice goes in, but they actually get the return kill on the Solstice, and now Hellborn's going back into the base. Just trying to TP out on Predator with the Stonehide. He does escape, but the Racks will fall. They get 2 more kills and the Racks, and the Legion does not get a single kill there. That might be the death stroke there. We'll have to see if Legion can somehow win a team fight, but they're just so far behind in Golden X. Solstice and Silhouette both over 600 GPM. Disham and Keeper over 400, and now Plague at 350 is higher than anyone on the Legion team. And they lost a set of racks. This is really, really grim. 21 to 2 kills.
Even their suicide player has
Oh,
more
look at
GPM
these
than
coming out.
everyone.
Yeah, and that is the game. The Keeper pick was just way too strong. Also, I think the Riptide got too much on the mid. The bubble started to fall behind as well. And the two of them just steamrolled.
What a match.
Wow, that was very one-sided. I think if you are Fellowship right now in the Legion, you need to come up with a new game plan. You got to ban that Keeper and come into Game 2 feeling really strong. You have to shake it off. It's a best of 3. You can't let that one, dictate the whole series.
Yeah, they really need to go within themselves here, talking about the new strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you ban the Keeper. If the Keeper's not there, maybe you have a game with your lanes, but he's just too active early, and the tower push potential when you fall behind, it's just so hard to recover.
Yeah.
I think Hellborn also had really good teamfight ultis. Like early on, they got their 6s first, and then you have Keeper into Plague. There's a couple times where they use that combo, and Prophet and Monarch or whoever, fall instantly just from the ulti damage, and then you're already 5v3.
Yeah, that is true. Hellborn really played well here. Especially the
Absolutely.
Keeper. I want to point out the Keeper doing so much work.
All right, looks like the next lobby will be up soon, so let's get into that. But yeah, Keeper with great work. Also, this the team play and the coordination. The TPs felt a little clunky on the Legion side. There was a couple times where Bubbles poured it out top and didn't really get much. But the Hellborn had very good responses. Every time Predator would dive, it felt like Riptide was there to get the return kill. And then you're losing your carry for the support.
What a match.
Absolutely. Starting off really strong for Hellborn's side. What is your education taking an early first game lead and just shoving it down the throats of Fellowship? We'll see if they're able to carry on that momentum or not.
I mean, it's fully possible they can come back from this, making a 2-1 turnaround.
Yeah,
but they
absolutely.
gotta focus.
Yeah, you got to not let the mental of having a really rough loss, first game of the day, you got to be able to shake that off and come in strong for game 2.
I think they did the right call here, just calling that CC vote and just going for the next game.
Yeah, don't drag it out if it's that far gone. Just start planning for the next match.
Do we take a small break here until our next?
Yeah, I think a small break here while we get the lobby going, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
And we're back here with game 2. After a very decisive victory, the Keeper of the Forest making himself known. We'll have to see if a ban comes out for that. First round of bans coming out, kind of similar to the last game. The early picks, Bushwhack, Hammerstorm, Electrician were all the same. Artesia, those are very respect bans. NK, if you're coming off that game, what are you trying to do to keep things up? Oh, there it is, the Keeper of the Forest ban. Maybe that's what they needed.
Well, you said it.
Yeah, there's some issues here with first ban. It's glitchy. Yeah, we've had some technical difficulties with setting up the public game lobbies. We're still looking into how to fix those. And Bramble. So basically all the same bans, but now they substitute in Keeper of the Forest, which I think is much needed.
Yeah.
Oh, Scrap. That's a hero that they played really well against us as well.
Scrap.
So we'll see if they're able to do something with that. The presence of the Vorax, just makes it, you always have to respond to that or you lose some towers. And that mouse trap is so annoying. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally stepped on that thing and it's led to my death.
Yeah, Scrap is an annoying hero.
Ooh, similar pick so far for Education Sun. They pick up the Plague Rider again.
Another Plague Rider.
Really strong suicide pick. We'll see if they run a tri-lane or something again here.
I really hope Fellowship just forgot about the last game and just focus big time now on this game.
Now they just need to win 2 games in a row. We can't worry about the last one.
Nope.
Tempest.
Ooh, Tempest. So a jungler pickup here. Another pushing heavy jungler. I feel like those are really good for snowballing your lead.
Yeah.
Get a nice gank, take a tower, and then really just expedite the advantage. Ooh, I like that pickup.
Oh.
Vindy's so annoying to play against with a Tempest. That would be really good. I feel like they need another stronger mid pick as well on Hellborn side. Maybe they pick up the Gladiator before they get it banned or something else they feel strong with. I think it was just Bubbles didn't have enough impact on that mid lane.
No,
they
he
need
was.
something that could help their side lanes and actually put up the fight.
Yeah. Bubbles versus Riptide always favors Riptide in 99% of the cases.
Banning Berserker, another respect ban. When we played against them, they picked up all those heroes. They picked up Electrician, Artesia, and Berserker. So clearly we did not know our opponent well enough to target ban. Alright, bans like Kinesis. So interesting. And then Mage ban. I guess you have to ban the Kinesis when you have a Magnus. I mean, that's done again. It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, it's a really good ban coming out from Vertica there, banning the Kinesis.
Ooh, and they banned the Riptide. Another good ban after that last match. Get the annoying heroes out and have a fresh slate.
Yeah.
And Puppet Master again, another really strong ban that we've been seeing a lot. And Swiftblade, another one that people hate going against. I didn't even realize the other day that they made counterattack activatable.
Ah.
That was a couple patches before the game died, I guess. I didn't even realize that that happened. I was playing Swift, and someone's like, how come you never activate W? I was like, what?
Yeah.
W's a passive. Nope, now it's activatable as well. And it's really strong, actually, activatable, so...
Yeah, it is really strong.
The PSA to the people out there, if you're playing Swiftblade, make sure you use your W.
Now they're thinking about what they're gonna pick here.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna lane this.
Yeah.
I feel like Tempest is a little less scary of an early jungler than the Keeper. The gank potential isn't as strong until he's 6. And he has some good push potential, but I still feel like Keeper pushes faster. I don't know why.
I can see that, yeah.
I guess like Tempest, you're kind of waiting for the minions to replicate, whereas Keeper gets his full units up off the bat.
That is true, yeah.
But maybe a similar strategy here coming out from Legion, which is
Advantage
get a couple
down.
ganks and push a Dishon pick again. So their team's looking fairly similar. They substituted Tempest for Keeper, but otherwise the other two picks are the same. And Silhouette. So almost the same lineup. Maybe a little bit scary for Hellborn. They have PTSD from the first match, but there's no longer the Keeper threat, so hopefully they're able to shake it off. I think I'd be a little less scared going against the Tempest than the Keeper if it was me. Ooh, Dr. Repulsor. You don't see a lot of that.
No, you don't.
I'm assuming that's for mid, or you think he's going to be farming?
I think Doctor might be farming. I might be wrong here, but considering he can have a completely free farm game.
Yeah, maybe they can just get some big stacks going, and he can just go bomb them up and try and get a big lead that way.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the ability to kind of escape and follow the jumps of Silhouette, so in that regard, I don't dislike it, but I haven't seen it enough in like these high tier matches to know if he's going to be able to get to that point or if they're going to be able to keep him shut down. I'm excited for that pick. They kind of shake things up. I feel like Legion will have to try and adapt to that with their last pick. Wonder if they're going to pick some kind of a mid that has like a nice disable against Doctor or something like that.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
I
I
would
believe
really
on
like it.
a mid lane as well from Hellborn. They've only got 20 seconds left, so they're definitely discussing this.
Yeah, the mid laners.
They're very magic damage heavy. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, no worries.
If you're picking this, oh Pebbles, they're going all magic damage.
Pebbles, wow. Interesting. Very interesting, yeah. Yeah, Pebbles is a good pick. I feel like if he just gets that PK and they group up together, they have a good chance of running them over.
Yeah, and maybe they're going for like an early game victory, push around the scrap ultis, get a couple towers, and then just try and push the advantage while they have the burst.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Hellborn's team here.
Wonder how they're going to respond with Legion. Apex, interesting.
Apex.
I don't see a lot of that either.
No, that's a hero you don't see in tournaments. Not much in Team M either.
He's pretty tanky, so he can go up against, the Pebbles and not really die, and then his ulti can be very disruptive in team fights. To either initiate or counter initiate. Maybe try and get the jump on the Vindicator before the Tempest can ulti him or something. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So we're in neither team opting for the early TP. Maybe they know how each other's going to lane well enough.
Yeah. So Magnus and Scrap on bottom lane.
Yeah, looks like a 2-1-2 for Hellborn.
Yeah.
And then the Suicide Jungle combo coming out from Legion, as they probably expect, with the Tempest pick up.
Yeah, I like the Plague Runner. He TP top right and he blocked the medium camp of the Hellborn.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a good rev ward there to make sure that they don't have the extra pool.
I'm really looking forward to see how this Tempest is playing, if he's playing as active as he did in the last game.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to be as active as the Keeper. But maybe they're looking for that same... I mean, they have almost the same lineup. 3 of the same heroes. So I wonder if they're going to be thinking the same thing, which is if they overextend on bottom, get a quick kill and push that tower. And Pebbles going up against Apex, I think is going to be a little even, maybe in favor of the Apex early on, but I feel like once Pebbles gets his PK, he'll have a scarier map presence.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Pebbles becoming a powerhouse when he gets that PK.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can really see the Doctor and Windy and Pebbles together here being a huge threat with the silence and the jump potential with the PK and Doctor jump.
And Magnus will probably get a PK as well.
Yeah.
Alright, and we're off. Pebbles putting some good damage on the Apex early.
Yeah,
Good lane
he's
control. Although Apex gets that 1-point wonder where he just channels and heals up instantly, so
yeah.
he can afford to take some harass early. Bottom lane's gonna be a bit of a duel. I actually kind of favor the Legion lineup. I worry. Oh, Magnus though jumping in on the Silhouette. Scrap following up the slow. Silhouette's a little bit out of position here, but Disham getting some good harass back on the Magnus. I feel like they have to be a little bit careful though with the Magnus initiations. The Silhouette heals up. There's a good chance that if she dodges the stun. Ooh. Oh, Scrap though with a nice slow. Magnus coming in trying to get a stun, but a little too far. Good pressure so far onto the Silhouette though, keeping her pretty low.
Really good pressure.
Doctor will have that free lane top, but against the Plague Rider, it's going to be the same problems we talked about before with the denying the creeps. I think they're going to need to get some stacks going to keep the GPM high on that.
Bloodlust coming in.
They actually jump in and blow up the Silhouette. He stayed a little bit too long, too low. Magnus is low, but Disham's out of mana, so he should be able to retreat here. That's just, you needed to pick up a potion. You can't stay that low against Magnus.
No.
Middle lane, Pebble's half HP, but I don't think Apex has a whole lot of kill potential here. You can always just stun and escape. Let's see. Apex securing the rune is illusion though, not the strongest rune, but can help with last hitting.
Yeah.
He was hoping for a double damage or something.
It's gonna help him a little at least.
Yeah. He is ahead of the Pebbles on last hits right now, but it's pretty close.
Yeah. Oh. Big
Pebbles
chunk
being really low. Apex trying to go for the
kill,
but he overextends into the tower. Oh,
wow.
Pebbles with a nice play around the tower. A little too aggressive here by the Apex. He overextends and pays the price. Good patience by the Pebbles just to keep him in tower range.
Yeah.
Not panic on that initiation.
Looked like Pebbles tried to bait him a little there with his low HP.
Yeah, he did. Really well played, and Pebbles needed that. He's able to take a lead in the lane now with that gold spike.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what do you think about the Apex item coming out there? The 45 Bracer item.
I don't even know what he's building that into. I don't think I've ever played Apex in my whole life, maybe once. So I have no clue what he built out of that.
I mean, it's not that many items you can build. Like you have Astral Abe.
Yeah.
And Spike Bola, really.
Maybe Astro? I mean, he doesn't really need a bottle in the traditional sense because he has that passive healing from his kit, his ability.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he's thinking, is just build up some tankiness early on to withstand the Pebbles combo.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to be a bit more tankier against the
Hellborn's
Pebbles.
starting off some nice early kills here. A little bit of a lead. The game's still pretty even.
Oh, look at bottom here. Tempest smoking in.
Ooh, good call out. Tempest coming in. He's only level 5. The ward doesn't detect him because he was smoked. They're starting to go on the Scrap here. He gets slowed by the Disham. Magnus able to get the stun on the Tempest, but Scrap at about half HP. A nice mousetrap able to keep him alive for a little bit longer. He's one hit away, and they do pick up the kill, but it's on Disham. Magnus just staying in Viz just to keep himself alive.
Very good gank there coming up from Tempest.
Yeah, nice gank, although they lost half I missed the kill. Pebbles with this combo able to take down the Apex. I missed that one, but he blew him up.
Pebbles really
yeah,
destroying middle here, I would say.
Yeah, well done by Pebbles. A really smart bait on the first kill, and then a nice TP back return kill. Now he's up 2 levels on the Apex here with a big gold spike, potentially early PK. That's exactly what they needed to get themselves back into the series. Doctor farming better than the Silhouette. He's in 3 lanes, which you'd like to see. Oh, Silhouette with a nice dodge of Magma stun bottom. That could have been bad. Good reaction with the free drop. Tempest has his
look
6,
at Pebbles there.
Floating near bottom. Oh, Pebbles coming in smoke bottom.
But Tempest is there as well.
Oh, this could be bad.
How is this gonna turn out?
Tempest pops the smoke. Pebbles gets the stun on the Tempest, who has his ulti. Pebbles with the chuck. He actually kills Tempest before anything gets off. Now it's a 3-on-2. Magnus getting low. Scrap getting low. They actually do get a kill there. They get double killed before Pebbles is able to get returned. He chucks to try and kill the Silhouette.
Yeah, Unbreakable.
But it's not going to be enough. Unbreakable and a heal. And now Pebbles getting a little low. Overextending.
Oh, no.
Apex running down fast, but doesn't matter. Silhouette picking up a triple kill. This is not what you want to see here if you are a Hellborn team. Pebbles able to pop off the Tempest before the fight starts, but the rest of his team gets killed in the meantime.
Oh, Silhouette might be in trouble.
Yeah, the TV's back.
That?
Silhouette getting a little bit low. He able to have power supply, but no, he's okay.
Tempest?
And Tempest still has ulti up, maybe trying to do something here, but we'll see. Silhouette's kind of low. They're going to try and pressure a push here because they still have that Tempest ulti.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate to see the Pebbles falling there. He had such a nice lead going. Now, Legion team actually has the lead in gold and XP here with the triple kill on Silhouette. Although Silhouette overextending, getting the heals in the Unbreakable. They're trying to burst him down with a Pebbles combo. A nice ulti, though, from Tempest. Silhouette's able to pull back one hit. Everyone getting really low. Pebbles getting really low. Escapes one hit. Tempest maybe overextends here as Vindicator gets the silence down, and they will get the kill onto the Tempest. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange. Luckily, Pebbles did not fall. Dr. Repulsor also rotating. So it ends up being a 1-for-1, but Silhouette lives there and picks up another kill. And Doctor has to rotate to respond to this, which allows their Plague Rider to work towards his level 6 up top.
Apex coming in here.
Apex now initiating onto the Scrap. Scrap getting so low, he falls almost instantly. Vinny tries to silence, but it's not enough. Nice kill there by the Apex. He's got double damage, so he melted that guy so fast. Plague hits his level 6. He has not stacked his Ancients though, but he now has his free lanes since Doctor
Magnus.
A stun from Magnus onto the Silhouette, but Apex counter initiates onto the Vindicator, gets low. Doctor jumps in, but he cannot kill the Silhouette with the Unbreakable before he dies. Silhouette ends up being fine and picking up the kill. Magnus now invis, but he's in a really rough spot here. They're just putting the AoE damage on him. He's getting really, really low. Oh, Silhouette just misses the spikes. Magnus decides to stun him, he was dead. And he ends up getting the kill. Magnus goes down, but he takes the Silhouette with him. Really well played by Bilbo.
Yeah, that was a good play from Magnus.
Yeah, he picks up 500 gold and finally takes out the Silhouette to slow her down. I still think Legion got more out of that skirmish bottom, but...
Oh, look at top lane here. Doctor flying in, trying to catch the...
Oh, Doctor trying to catch the Plague with Vindy coming. Doctor gets the pool, Vindy putting the silence down. Plague's probably in trouble here. He's trying to move away so he can get his ulti off, but it won't be enough. There you go, good play. Plague overextended way too far in that lane with no escape. With a Doctor Repulsor, you have to be more careful than that.
Yeah. Was a bit greedy from Plague Rider, staying that far up.
Silhouette's back bottom. It looks like he's going to try and keep up the pressure here. He's playing a little aggressive into the Scrap, but they have the nice ward down. They're able to play a little bit defensive on Hellborn. Legion team here a little bit ahead, but the game's still pretty even. It's anyone's match here.
That is true.
They might be setting up again on the Plague Rider with a Vindicator. We'll have to see if he's just warding
yeah.
or doing something. A Smoke Tempest on bottom. Bottom lane, Tempest Smoke about to pop. Magnus pops it. Let's see if they can retreat in time. Tempest does not have his ulti. He puts stuns onto the Scrap. Now slow from the Desham to follow. Silhouette trying to set up for the kill, and he does. The damage output is just too much. They're going for a nice push here. Magnus has to be a little bit careful here as they pressure this bottom tower. Pebbles rotating down. He is smoked.
Top lane, Plague Rider getting dived, but Apex is here.
Top lane getting a dive. Apex onto the Doctor. A nice silence. Plague has ulti. He will use it. Doctor with a huge dodge, but Apex so... Oh my god, this fight's everywhere. Bottom lane, they go in with the ulti from Tempest. Lots of chaos going on all over this map. They're chasing top lane, going down. Bottom lane, they actually lost the Tempest. He tried to ulti. Silent picks up a kill onto Kimmy, who's playing Doctor. Bottom lane, Tempest tried to set up a play there. They do end up picking up the tower, but they actually lose the life of the Tempest there trying to pressure that tower. Pebbles gets the combo onto him. Well, huge fights happening both bottom lane and top lane. Hard to cover it all.
It is.
But bottom lane tower falls, but they get a return kill onto the Tempest. Top lane, they get the tower deny, and they're also...
Look at the Pebbles here on the...
Pebbles getting caught here. Yeah, Pebbles getting caught here with Desham. Silhouette invis. Pebbles able to just back off. He does not know about the invis, I don't think. He's in a little bit of a rough spot here. Doctor TPing in.
Doctor coming in.
A huge scream down towards the Desham. They are able to pop him up. Silhouette pops up onto the Pebbles. Magnus now trying to set up onto the Silhouette. Doctor brings a little bit of damage. but they end up just retreating.
Tempest missing his ultimate.
Oh, was that Tempest? No, Tempest ulti was cooldown, I think, there.
No, he used it and he missed.
Oh, did he really? Maybe he had it back from that last cooldown. Magnus getting stunned onto the Tempest. Chaotic fight here. Pebbles throwing a combo onto the Tempest. One dies for the Legion on Vindicator, but they're able to pull back off of the Doctor and get a nice return kill there on Tempest. So ends up being a Tempest for Vindy trade.
Wow, really active game. Again.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the kind of match you love to cast. Lots of action, big team fights going back and forth.
Yeah.
Pretty even, slightly in favor of Legion still in terms of X-Men farm, but still almost anyone's game. And these fights are going his way. It's on Apex, but he's super tanky. Just putting some harass on him. Apex still didn't build anything out of that bracer, so I guess he was just going for a little extra HP against Pebbles to combo with his Testaments.
Top lane here,
Silhouette though, a little bit out of position here. Oh, they just miss him though. Good juke here. I don't know if Pebbles detects him there because he's not able to get the stun off.
Oh.
Good juke there by the Silhouette, able to just TP out of.
Look at Apex there coming on the Vindicator.
Oh, Apex runs in the Vindy. Vindy might be in trouble here. He puts the slow onto him. Maybe it'll be enough. And it is just to survive that. Do they try and follow up on this Apex? I don't know. He's just so tanky and so fast. I don't know if you get the return kill. I think they need the Pebbles PK before they go for that. Meanwhile, they have 4 mid now on Legion trying to pressure that mid tower here with the push power of Tempest. Legion team, or Hellborn team though, trying to respond to this Legion push. Tower's getting pretty low. They're clearing the creep wave really fast with the Apex damage. Tower's getting really low. They initiate. Misses his stun onto the Tempest, but they get a double stun out of the Magnus. Plague throws out his ulti, but it doesn't bounce at all. They do kill the Pebbles with it though. Tempest getting really low, able to stay alive with the heal from the Disham. Now they jump into the scrap with Apex. He falls. Tower getting really low. Tower does fall. TP coming in. It's cancelled actually, so they decide not to TP in. Magnus getting really low, trying to die to Ancients, but does not happen. Silhouette picks up the kill. So they end up getting 3 kills there for 1 and the Tower. The only one to fall for Legion was the Tempest. I think that would have been a whole nother game if they land the stun from Pebbles early on in that fight, but the missed stun on the Tempest really just screws out the Pebbles combo.
Yeah.
And now Legion taking a pretty decisive lead after that tower kill. Hellborn needs to get their act together and get a nice team fight going. They're a little too uncoordinated on their stuns. Apex might be building towards a barrier here with a Shaman's Headdress. With all the magic damage on the Hellborn, that'd be a really nice pickup.
I feel like Hellborn tried to take too much fights. They should just farm the icon of the Goddess on Doctor and the PK on Pebbles and then start fighting.
Pebbles still at 800 gold away from a PK. He's 700 now. He's trying to farm up the lanes, but now that you're a little bit behind, you have to feel like you have to respond to all these tower pushes from the Hellborn.
Yeah.
The Tempest going for the push. They definitely love that push game out of the Legion team here. We saw with the Keeper, we see with the Tempest. This tower's falling so fast, Hellborn's not going to get there in time. And just a free tower for nothing. That's the kind of stuff you hate to see if you're already a little bit behind on Hellborn. But that's where, yeah, if you have an icon and a PK, maybe you can make a fight out of those pushes, but you need complete item. Alright, Hellborn's posturing themselves like they might try and go for a pickoff here. Tempest might run into them. He's a little bit tanky. Magnus channeling his ulti. Doctor going on to the Tempest. Magnus getting a 3-man ulti. A nice silence from the Vindicator. Tempest getting really low, but he is actually not going to die. He's able to stay alive here, and they lose 2 heroes here for only just getting... Silhouette does fall, and they're able to chuck one on the Tempest. So it ends up actually being a 2 for 2 here in the end. But the Unbreakable keeping the Tempest alive for a while. Pebble's getting really low here. He does pick up his PK, but he's going to die before he's able to get it onto his inventory. Hellborn team, everyone's really low. Magnus potentially getting caught out here. Dive coming in from the Apex. He loves to dive the tower. One hit, he wants the scrap so bad, he will get him. And able to heal back up enough.
He dies to the tower.
He does die, though, to the tower and the scrap trap. Maybe a little too aggressive on these dives from Apex, but if your team's ahead, I guess it's okay. Yeah. Pebbles picked up his PK, so we'll have that going forward, but still, I feel like Legion gets a free tower and comes out ahead 3 kills to 2, even with the tower dive.
Yeah, that PK is well needed.
Yeah, this is the problem, I think, with going up against these teams that have lots of heals. They burst everything there on the Tempest.
Okay, middle lane here, Doctor jumping in.
Oh, Doctor jumping in, trying to get a return kill on the Disham. He needs this to get a little bit of something going, but Look at that huge Sackstone, able to keep him alive. Fully charged. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have the heals, everyone's got power supplies. They have a barrier now built. They have the Disham cape and heal. You throw all your damage out on a hero, and if you don't kill them, then you're in a really rough spot. They had Magnus ulti and initiation on the Tempest, and it still wasn't enough. They were still able to get everything off. Pebble smoking bottom, though. He has PK now. Maybe trying to set up here on this silhouette. Tempest does not have his ulti. He jumps onto the silhouette. He gets the stun. Into the combo. Magnus stun. Nice. Good pick up of the silhouette. This is what they needed.
Yeah.
They need to get this PK and just shut the silhouette down. Just get a pick every time he's on the map. And let Doctor just farm in the meantime. Apex rotating towards bottom. He is smoked. So Magnus and Vindy a little bit in trouble here if they don't see him, but they're kind of playing defensive. I don't think they know he's smoked. No, they don't, because Pebble's jumping in. They do get a quick kill, though, but Apex ulti's back in return. Magnus getting a little bit low. A nice universal silence, but they throw the rev ward down, so Magnus is not safe, and Magnus will fall. Good rev ward there by Disham in response. So they end up getting a 2-for-1 in favor of Hellborn there. A nice return kill coming out. I don't know, I still like that as the Hellborn. They need a little bit of life. The Pebbles PK into the Magnus stun is enough to get 2 kills there. Tempest falls and Silhouette falls, which are 2 heroes who need to die. Doctor has his icon. He's just trying to power farm the jungle to try and get back into this. But his GPM's at 330, Silhouette's at 450. Also, Apex is at 480 compared to Pebble's 350. So the lack of farming and too much battles that are not going in their favor has really slowed down the Hellboard side. They're setting up maybe for a kill on Apex here, but he's really tanky with that barrier. They do jump on him. Pebbles chucks him back towards tower, into the Magma stun. They throw the silence out for Vindicator. They just don't have the damage. He's channeling a TP, but decides to cancel it because Tempest and Disham can get there for support. Meanwhile, Pebbles falling really low.
Magnus coming in with huge ulti.
Magnus coming in with a huge ulti. It does keep Pebbles alive. Tempest is able to fall. Now Disham getting jumped by the Dr. Repulsor. Ends up being an overextend by the Legion. And now Pebbles PKing in on the Apex, who's about half HP, even though he's really tanky. A nice double stun by Magnus. They're just chasing this Apex down the lane, but he's so tanky and hard to kill. Now they decide to change onto the Disham. I think that's wise. Disham getting really low, trying to keep himself alive with everything he has. Nice. Oh my god, the Sackstones are huge with everything else, but it's not enough. That's what you needed. 3 kills coming out for the Hellborn. 3-0. That basically evens up the gold and catches them back up in experience really well. Meanwhile, Silhouette trying to farm her Nullstone, and she does complete her Nullstone. So that'll be a lot harder for Dr. Repulsor to get on the Silhouette now that she has Nullstone. Yeah,
definitely. A really good Magnus ulti coming out there in that fight.
Yeah, that was the coordination we needed out of the Hellborn side. Silhouette's in the jungle. Might get caught here by the illusion of Doctor scoping him out, but he has the Nullstone coming from his courier right now. So it'll be really tough to get onto him. I mean, they can still do the Pebbles and Magnus combo, but Doctor's not going to be able to pull him in any of these fights. Also protects him against the Universal Silence.
Yeah.
Apex picks up a glowstone. Does Apex have a staff effect?
Apex does have a staff effect, yeah.
So probably building towards staff for his Burning Ember.
Yeah.
Reducing cooldowns and the slow during his channel. Apex has a lot of farm here, and he's very tanky. It's going to be hard for the Hellborn to deal with.
Look at bottom
He's smoked up, as well as bottom lane. They have a double smoke. So these smokes are going to pass each other here. Vindicator might pop the smoke of Apex, which could trigger a battle. But they're looking for the Silhouette. That's their main target here. Silhouette pops the scrap smoke. Meanwhile, Vindicator gets stuck in between the Apex. Vindy's going to fall. They try and go on the Silhouette, but he's able to ulti away safely. They TP down on bottom to try and go on this Plague, but Plague gets a nice ulti off. It's bouncing. It gets a triple bounce. They're able to kill the Plague Rider, though, but he gets the Pebbles really low. Silhouette and the Apex are able to take down the Pebbles after they get the kill on the Plague. I don't like that trade if I'm Hellborn. They try and make something happen with the smokes, but they're a little bit too spread out. Hellborn's going to take another tower here, and they get a 2-1 trade. Magnus can still channel ulti, but it's only level 1 ulti, and the Hellborn still has their... Actually, the barrier effect wore off, so they no longer have the barrier.
Magnus channeling ulti here.
He's channeling. He PK's in. He gets some damage down. Silhouette getting really low. They jump in with Doctor. They do get the Silhouette, which is nice. If they can pull off of this, that was a nice defense. Alright, a Silhouette and tower defense. I like this, but I think they're overextending a little bit. with Apex healing up and Magnus so low, I think he got it back. You can't lose another player here. Oh, Magnus almost dies, but he gets a nice stun away. He can get back to base. Good defense here from the Hellborn. Nice coordination around that mag ulti.
Yeah, really good coordination.
Alright, the game's pretty even actually in terms of exp and gold here, so even though Legions had a bit of an onslaught, Hellborn's had a nice few fights here. They've been focusing on the Silhouette and the Tempest as they make their initiations, and if they play around the mag ulti, they're able to blow them up before they can get a response. Even with Astrolabe and with Barrier Idol, they're just too squishy. There's just so much magic burst from the Hellborn. Scrap now has a Spell Sunder too to try and drain some of these tankier targets and just cut off the healing from the Apex. Dr. Repulsor picking up a Spell Shards, trying to amplify some of his damage there. I almost feel like a Hellflower might have been a better pickup, but what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, Hellflower is a really good item on Dr. Repulsor for sure.
Yeah, it gives him a little bit of auto attack, but also like the damage amplification. The he can get the silence out onto a Tempest early or a Plague Rider early to prevent an ulti. But I guess they're still looking for that burst. They're playing a little bit defensive here, looking into their next item.
Oh, Silhouette swapping in middle here. Are they gonna go for him? Yeah,
oh, mid lane, they get a nice stun. Doctor response and Pebbles. What a mistake there by Silhouette. That's a free kill. Meanwhile, Scrap's just throwing out boomerangs left and right, trying to delay the bottom push. I think they're just going to end up trading towers here. They get the mid tower. Bottom tower's getting kind of low for... I don't know if they're going to defend this. I don't think they can.
Scrap trying all he can to defend.
He's doing a really good job, actually. Those boomerang, as he chases down the lane, it slows the creeps enough that he can just kind of keep throwing bombs and everything in.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, Doctor flying.
Doctor flying in. He grabs onto the Apex, their tankiest target. Falling with a stun, though. I don't know about this one. Tempest jumping into ult to get a return ulti. A nice universal silence to stop him almost instantly. Mag really low, but they're able to retreat off of this, I think. Apex can speed in a second here, but I think Doctor can jump away. They'll probably...
Look at Pebbles running here with the smoke.
Pebbles running in, though, with a smoke. Just trying to give his team a little bit of a presence here in case of a follow-up fight. I don't like them initiating onto this Apex, though.
Oh, here we go.
They like doing it. Apex jumps in. Pebbles now with the combo. Actually, it might be enough. Apex getting really low. The Unbreakable keeps him alive. Apex gets a return ulti after the silence wears off. Plague ulti coming out as well, bouncing between all the targets. Plague ulti getting 2 kills here, setting up third kill. Oh, they get the Apex, but at what cost? They used everything there, and the Plague ulti just chops them down.
A good Plague ulti there.
Really well done by Plague. He doesn't have staff, so he really has to be smart about where he uses those, but he ends up getting 2, almost 3 kills out of that. They throw out the Warcath to try and slow things down here bottom, but just stalling, trying to get back up. Magnus does have his ulti here. It's only him and Scrap, but if they get low enough here, he might go for this. Scrap's able to whittle them down with that Spell Sunder now. Heroes are starting to respond, so Legion team has to peel off here. Silhouette just trying to farm where she can. She's died so much now, she hasn't got another item in a long time. Silhouette and Apex still at 450 GPM plus. Doctor's just over 400, so still a little bit of GPM lead from the Hellborn side. Or from, excuse me, from the Legion side.
Both teams can really take this win.
Yeah, I want to see... Pebbles is working towards it. I want to see the group chuck coming out from Pebbles. I think that could be a game changer. They've had a lot of really nice initiations. If you get that extra damage from the multi-chuck, that might be enough to take out, you know, a Disham Plague early for the nice, like, mag ulti Pebbles jump combo.
Look at the top lane here.
Silhouette top might be getting set up on here. Doctor and Pebbles trying to look for something. Silhouette does not have her ulti spawn. Pebbles gets the stun, pops the null stone so they can get the pool, and she does fall instantly. And that's why you get the early triple spell shards, I guess, on the Doctor, just for that burst potential. I feel like Silhouette's having a really rough time now.
Yeah, he is.
7 deaths now. It felt like he was like 8-1 a second ago. 6-1. Now he's 8-7.
Like Silhouette just
Power gets denied bottom. Silhouette picks up a PK though after she died. So that might allow her to potentially jump out if she can respond in time to the Pebbles.
Yeah.
And good positioning for team fights as well. Yeah, Hellborn needs to play around their initiation and just claw their way back into this. They lost a few towers, but they've gotten a few towers back of their own, and they've had some really nice defenses here. Magnus now level 11, so he'll level 11 ulti. That'll be really big. Is Tempest going for a Resto Stone, you think? He's got that Sustainer. Maybe an Ult Stone, I guess, for the D.
Could be an Olson there, I think.
Alright, they're going for a Kongor on Legion side. Hellborn has not started theirs. Does not seem to know this is happening. Good choice. It's been pretty quiet for Kongor in this match.
Yeah.
26 minutes and the first one's finally falling. They are going to pick it up probably on the Legion team. Yeah, they aren't going to contest this, so they do get that one. Let's see if Hellborn... Not the fastest Kongor team on their side with all the magic damage. So I don't know if they're going to end up taking theirs or not.
Oh, Apex picked up a Spell Sunder and a PK here, so he's becoming a really dangerous person.
Yeah, and they love initiating on him because he's so tanky, and he'll get that return ulti with the Spell Sunder damage.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard to deal with. Pebble's halfway to his staff. I like to see it. Oh, and that's what Apex is building. He's building Spell Sunder, not staff. I like that better, actually. I think the Spell Sunder's really annoying, especially against these heroes with the PKs. It makes it that much harder to get your teleports off with that GOT damage.
Yeah, I really like up that pickup instead of the staff.
There's a smoke on the Plague Rider top. I don't know exactly what for. Maybe just playing defensive around trying to bait the silhouette a little bit. Disham's also kind of posturing in that area. All 5 of the Legion are top side. All 5 of the Hellborn are kind of bottom side. So these teams are kind of just taking opposite sectors of the map right now. Apex has a double damage his bottle. He's kind of scoping out mid a little bit here. Let's see if he does anything. He just collects the wave, saving it for the next battle. Disham's pretty far out here, getting some stacks in the enemy jungle for the silhouette to pick up. Doctor just pushing bottom pretty well, although he is TPing back. Maybe a fight coming here around this top tower. Apex will have a double damage in his bottle. He's smoked right now, so they do not see him at all.
Team Smoke coming out.
Ooh, they use the mist for Team Smoke. Although it's popped by the silhouette illusion. Oh no, you hate to see that. I think they know it's the illusion because they see the one on the tower.
Here we go.
Fortify and dive in. A nice double stun onto Tempest. Tempest getting really low. He's not going to die though. He's able to stay up. Pebbles in way too deep. They actually get a kill onto the Pebbles and onto the Dr. Repulsor. Really bad here for Hellborn. Looking really grim. Magnus ulti only hits 2 targets, and it's not enough because Apex is just too tanky. This is really bad. I hope they have buybacks. They don't. They're out of gold. Oh, this could be a Rax here. They were setting up for a really nice fight. Silhouette 1 hit, but no, the D-Shove keeps him alive. Oh, they were just a little too spread out on that team fight there. They almost got the Tempest and they almost got the Silhouette, but it just wasn't enough with all of their killing and barriers. And now, tower's falling really fast. All 5 are still up from Legion team. 4 dead with no buyback potential from Hellborn. Nothing to defend these Raxes. Only a Magnus with no ulti. He could maybe suicide stun, but I don't think that'll delay them enough. I think you just have to let this fall.
I'm a bit surprised to see that Vindicator Ultimate is still up here. I don't know if he didn't have it or...
No, he got jumped on by the Apex. He was not able to get it off.
Yeah.
That was part of the chaos here. They were a little too spread out. They got a nice initiation with the Magnus, but Vindy wasn't able to follow up because they counter-jumped him with the PK, which was really smart. I think he was saving it maybe in case of the Tempest as well, but the return jump by the Apex just blew him up.
Look at them here going in. Looks like they're hungry.
Yeah, they might set up... Pebble smoked here though, might catch one of them, but Legion setting up maybe for either a Kongor or a big fight here on mid. We're going to see a big battle here. Doctor does jump in because they see the D-Sham. They're going to try and blow up the D-Sham early, which is good because he's been so annoying with those heals. Plague throws out an ulti, it bounces a few times, and dissipates. They do get a kill there. Tempest now not able to get too much off. Tempest getting really low. 1 hit left. Tempest does fall. Doctor getting really low, though. Doctor does fall. As his BKB wears off. Now Apex says, it's my turn. He's chasing down the Vindicator. Vindicator tries to tablet over the cliff, but does not. He falls. Scrap picks up a kill. It actually gets a triple kill in this fight. But
Magnus ulting?
Apex is really good. Magnus with a nice ulti. They're actually able to get everybody down. Everybody down. Oh my god. Craziness.
Wow.
Here.
outside.
Really good fight. Quad kill coming out for the scrap. Carry scrap. Oh my god. That was a very chaotic fight. Well played there by the Hellborn team. They played around their stuns, and they were very smart about their team placement here. And they were able to get a pick off on the Demented, which is what they needed. Demented has kept their team alive way too well.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can really get a whole lot off of this, though, sadly. They needed that for the kills in the X, but I don't think they can really do too much push here. Pebble is shoving a lane.
Yeah,
That's
Scrap.
the kind of fight you needed, though.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Scrap have been doing a really good job this game. He has so much farm the entire game.
Yeah,
Look-
he's done
look
a
at his
great job
item.
farming. His team presence has been good in the team fights, really good positioning, and then he's just been slowing down these pushes where he can with his spells, which is how he picks up a lot of his farm. He's really made it hard for them to push in these towers with the boomerangs and the mouse traps. He just finished a Grimoire of Power, so he got a quad kill that last fight, and now he's going to be putting out extra damage and gets a bit of lifesteal off of those spells.
Yeah. Sending his Vorax here to defend the top lane.
They have a shrunken head here now coming out from Doctor. Yeah, the Vorax will be nice to try and slow down the super team push up top lane. Give him a little bit of breathing room. Hellborn might get jumped here. No, Legion's all in their jungle, potentially going to smoke up, but looks like they're just farming a little bit, maybe trying to finish an item. I thought they were going to try and infiltrate, but they did not.
Look at Silhouette, they're just sending in solutions in.
Just harassing with the illusion. The whole team pushing bottom lane for Legion. We'll see how Hellborn responds. I think they're going to try and clear their jungle first, and then maybe rotate bottom. Sandstep are coming out from Plague for either a purge or just to hold someone in place.
Yeah.
Maybe also just the movement speed if need be, getting in or out of a fight. That's perfect time for the Vorax, though. It's pushing up the top lane really well, right when they have the super creeps, making it hard for them to get the split foot pressure. Hey, look at that. Scrap just dukes the wave. Makes it really hard for them to push uphill. I think they might be setting up for the Kongor, potentially. Let's see. They have good rev vision, but they don't have good vision. Yeah, they are setting up for Kongor here. They're going to try to take this really quick. They know that the Hellborn can't see them. Magnus, though, smoking in from behind, so they are definitely setting up knowing that this fight is going to happen. They might run into the D-Sham with that smoke, potentially. They put a ward down, so now they have some vision temporarily.
Pebbles
And
with
in fact,
ice there in the
they
bottom.
can't even see it with the rev anymore. So they have vision here.
Oh, Pebbles going in.
Reload. Pebbles in with a group chuck.
And Magnus.
Now Magnus ulting in. Not their favorite targets here, but they're onto the Plague Rider. Oh, Tempest getting a big black hole there. He does get silenced, but Pebbles will fall. A pretty big ulti here from Plague Rider before he died. Plague Rider does die. Vindicator also dies. So it's right now 4 against 3 in favor of Legion. And Legion still picks up the...
Scrap here, out of position.
Scrap out of position, getting caught. Also, Apex jumping in on the Doctor. Scrap doing everything he can to try and stay alive, but he will fall. And ends up being... Doctor managed to escape, though, so it ends up being a 1-for-3 trade in favor of Legion.
Yeah.
Another Vorax top, though, just to delay the push, but with the hero pressure from bottom lane, they might be able to break a tower. We'll see. I feel like jumping on the Plague was not what they were going for there. I think they need to get either the D-Sham or the Tempest early.
Oh.
A nice Magnus Stun to try and delay things. Same with Doctor initiating with his bottom tower falling really fast. They fortify it, and they're throwing out some Vindy silences to try and just slow down this push. But the tower falling really quickly here. Bottom tower does fall. The Raxes are now exposed. Heroes are starting to respond, though, so they kind of back off here.
Oh, they're going on.
They jump onto the Silhouette, but it is an illusion.
Yep.
Silhouette is fine.
That is a lot of abilities used. Also the Vindy Silence, just trying to kill the Silhouette illusion.
Yeah, Vindy silence there. You hate to waste that. The creeps are putting a little damage on these Raxes, but Legion need to retreat. They're playing the safe. They have their Kongor up, which I think will be a token if I'm correct.
That will be a token. And look at that Restostone being picked up here on the Apex.
Wow, Apex Restostone. That's going to be really, really rough for the... That's a lot of damage and double stun coming out.
Oh, yeah. And think about it, they do not have the Windy Silence now. They used it for nothing.
Yeah, that's down for nothing. Tempest is building towards a BKB anyway, just to make himself even that much more invincible to the silences and the stuns. They do pick up the kill here. Token of life on the ground. No one picked it up yet.
On the
They actually give it to the Apex, who's a beast. So if you manage to kill him once, good luck killing him twice.
Yeah. Now, they are going for the push here, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a smoke on the Plague Rider just to kind of prevent him from getting jumped on. Hellborn's just going to need to make a last stand here, but they still won't have the Vindicator for 50 seconds.
That is true.
Which makes
I
it
think
really
Apex
tough for
will
them.
just jump in here.
Yeah. They're trying to get a counter push on bottom while Scrap delays the lane, but I think they're going to have to TP back here pretty quick. Doctor port back. He does not. Yes, now he does. He was thinking in safety. So they're setting up here maybe for a defense from Hellborn, but they can just slow push this tower, honestly, on Legion. They don't really need to force anything yet.
Yeah. Silhouette
Silhouette's
TPing
the
back to
Legion.
base here, picking up United maybe. And swapping back in.
Yeah, he's going to push that bottom lane and then swap back in.
Oh, Doctor going in middle here.
Oh, they catch on to the Disham. That's actually a really good pick if they can get this. He's so tanky though with all those heals.
Oh, thank you. Look at that
Oh
shot.
my god, they can't use
Oh,
everything
no.
they have, and now they're
Hey, this-
overextending. Tempest coming in from behind, Plague coming in from
Oh,
behind.
look at that
Apex jumps
restoration
in,
stone here
a nice
on the
big
Apex.
ulti. He resto stones. Doctor does get his shrunken off. They're able to stun the Apex, but it's not too much. They solo ulti the Doctor repulsor, but his shrunken's gonna wear off in a second, so he will fall. 2 people dead for the Hellborn. Only the Disham finally dies in the end. Oh, you can't chase that. After they didn't get the initial kill, you have to back. Meanwhile, they're just spamming Vorkath top just to keep the lanes pushed. But I don't think it's going to be enough. A buyback coming out from Kimmy, you have to do it. They jump in, they get the token pop with that. They're going to try and get a kill on this Apex because the rest of Stone and ultis are down. Tempest, though, jumps back in. Tempest already uses ulti, so he doesn't have it. Kimmy getting really low, though. It ends up being a dieback. Kimmy will fall, and now they can push this mid tower. He does not have enough gold for a second buyback here. Scrap trying to keep the Apex low, but Apex will be able to channel the spell in a second here.
Look at
Oh, nice
Magnus
correct,
here,
yeah.
on sneaky play. Channeling eruption here, Magnus.
Magnus jumping in, able to put a little bit of damage with the Silhouette, but it's not going to be enough. Apex TP's in just to get the Magnus really low. The Raxes are getting really low here. Melee Rax will fall on mid. The bottom Raxes, keep in mind, are also exposed here. They get both Raxes middle. They can probably rotate and just secure these bottom ones. I don't think Hellborn team can put up a fight here. And they do. Silhouette heading over. This probably is game here, and maybe the series. A well-fought battle by both teams.
Good
Shrunken
shrunken
head used
Silhouette.
by the Silhouette to prevent the stun. Pebble's jumping in, but Silhouette's still shrunken, so damage going onto the Tempest, but that's it. Plague throwing out an ulti, putting a lot of damage onto this Pebbles. Pebbles trying to get the Tempest. Will he fall? No, he just dodged the boomerang. Tempest actually lives there, and now the entire Hellborn team's dead, and that is Mega Creep and probably the series.
Yeah.
This was a very back and forth match here. I think the Legion team had the upper for a bit of it there with the push threat, but in the end, you know, a few bad chases here. And it looks like they are going to move on to the finals. Let's see, last minute try and defense here. I think it's all for naught. Some GGs and well plays coming out from both teams.
Yeah.
Teams may be a little upset with how the seeding came out, but, you know, that's the way the tournament goes. You play the matches and who wins, wins, you know? Alright.
They're still fighting.
Yeah, they're still playing this out a little bit here. Doctor doing everything he can, but it's not enough to get the Apex. Apex end up surviving the tower shots, and the Shrine will fall, fighting to the very end. We can still forfeit CC fast. Go game 3. Go game 3.
Some tone coming out there. Oh,
And
man.
that is the series. The first game was a stomp. The second game was back and forth action. I think maybe a little too much team fighting from the Hellborn, but they were able to have a few good defenses to keep themselves in it, but in the end, Legion was able to secure the victory.
Yeah, I really feel like Hellborn took way too early fights. Pebble's running around too much. He should just be farming his PK, and so should Doctor. He should farm his Icon, and then they can group up and take fights.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if they get that PK earlier, once they had it, they kept killing Silhouette. It was really good. But it just took them too long because they were fighting mid-war style for too long. All right, and there'll be a short break coming up before the next set of matches. Congratulations to What Is Your Education, son, for moving on to the finals.
Well played.
Really well played.
Welcome back, everyone. From the break, we're here with the Paradise League FoC tournament number 1. We have semifinal number 2 coming at you with a best-of-3 series between Hymnos Yaipen on the Legion side taking on Great on the Hellborn side. I will be your main shoutcaster, What You Got, and I will be joined here by a co-caster. He goes by FoC. How you doing today, FoC?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Just here to cast some great HoN games from 2 top-tier medium-level teams. Hopefully, it'll be great.
Pun intended, right? Because we have Great here on the Hellborn side.
Oh, it's true. It's true. You're right.
Okay. Okay. So unintentional pun. Okay. Good. All right. So I haven't really been catching too much of this tournament, but I'm not sure if you've been watching most of it. Is there like a favorite here for this series, or anything you're expecting to see here coming out in game number 1?
That's a good question. From at least from like what I've seen so far, it seems that the teams are somewhat similar in terms of skill level, but it does seem like the team that we saw in the previous series. What is your something? What is their name again? It's the one with Certes and some other people. They seem like
your education. I think.
What is your education? That's the correct name. Yeah. From what I can see, they seem to be the main contender for this tournament. But maybe this series will give us an idea of who's going to be the favorite in going into the grand finals. So.
Okay. So expecting a pretty good best of 3 then here. So that's always good to hear. All right, we got the bans already done. Let's go through them really quickly here before the picks do come out. We got Magnus, Monarch, and Flux ban from the Legion side, and then Demented Shaman, Puppet Master, and Sapphire getting banned out here from Hellborn.
It's interesting. I mean, they all seem like somewhat like reasonable bans. At least from like the Pro League, I'd say that Monarch, Puppet Master, Flux, Sapphire, all pretty usual bans. I know that the Latin team on Legion side, they do play a lot of Sapphire. I think Luigi plays that a lot. Which one is he in this team?
He is Chalfa.
Chalfa. So yeah, it seems it's targeted ban towards Chalfa. Magnus is just a general strong hero. Maybe Hellborn team did some like studying on what heroes that the Legion team likes to play. I guess not really any of the bands stand out so far from what I can tell.
Yeah, it looks pretty normal, I would say. And side note, for anyone who's wondering, Chalfa is a Peruvian dish, and if you click on his profile page, it's got a nice little picture there of what it actually is. So, just a little random fun fact. All right, so back to the game. We have a first pick Myrmidon coming out. Not your typical first pick, I would say, but probably going to be a support hero, I think. Maybe position 4.
Slightly unusual pick. I believe Myrmidon was buffed recently, not too long ago.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. And I think that might make him slightly more playable.
Was it the ultimate that was buffed? Like he gets cleave like without the or splash, without the staff now, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're correct. I'm not entirely sure because there was some things where he was buffed and then it was for an unbuffed again. So I'm not entirely sure, but I do believe that he was slightly buffed. So he probably is maybe somewhat viable. But he's still, I would say, a pretty unusual hero to start out with when there's a lot of other pretty reasonable first pick heroes. So.
Yeah, I agree. We have Pearl and Armadon. That looks a little bit more, I'll say, normal. But, I mean, Pearl, we see that hero picked up all the time. Even very early on in drafts. Pretty S-tier support right now. And then paired with the Armadon. That's a hero that's pretty annoying to deal with once he kind of gets going.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think both heroes are pretty strong currently. We haven't really seen that much Armadon like in the previous tournaments, but our team specifically tried to scrim with it one time, and it seemed to be pretty strong from what I could tell. So, and I've also seen like countless situations that he performs pretty well in just the TMM. So, I think with the right game, that hero can be very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Hellborn used a lot of their overtime. They got 24 seconds left, but Legion did round off their first phase here with a Prophet and a Calamity. So that's looking to me like it could be a lane, possibly for the short lane, to run that Calamity as a carry. And that is a hero that I know Lucius loves to play. So they did ban away his Sapphire, but they left open the Calamity. So I want to get your take on the Calamity.
Well, I kind of agree with you that I've seen the Latin guys. They really like to play Calamity as well. I think it's like in the current meta, I think it's a relatively weak hero because it's not like a particularly strong laner. From what I know, and I also like because it used to be a pretty strong laner, but she was kind of nerfed pretty hard in a lot of ways, so it kind of took away from her early game. And I also just don't think it's like the hardest scaling hero. I think if you can like kind of get to the mid game and you can get some like decent tempo items like an Energizer perhaps and some Ghost Matchers, and maybe you start out with like working towards your Dawnbringer. I think the hero can be pretty strong for like team fight presence and stuff. It's also a really good backline hero. But I'm just a bit concerned that the hero can like either you kind of get pushed out of the lane or you can get out carried in the later stages of the game. But I'm curious to see how they'll make it work. I still think it's not like a completely awful pick. We have run it in the past with my previous team, and it hasn't really been changed since then. But obviously, a lot of other heroes have been buffed since then. So it's a bit unusual, but I think if it's a comfort hero, it still makes sense to go for it. I think so.
I gotta say, I agree with pretty much all of that. That was I gotta say that was spot on.
Okay.
I think with the Calamity, you're gonna want to be going for more like that mid game style type of draft. So we'll see how they finish it off. But we have second banning phase already completed here. The Hellborn team bans away Electrician, Defiler, and Zephyr, which looks to me like some pretty strong solo laning options. And then on the reverse, we have the Legion side banning away Hellbringer, Magebane, and Oogie. So some more maybe counters to maybe the Calamity with the Magebane. I don't know is that even really a counter or not really, right?
No, I don't think so.
Carry.
I think maybe the thought process was that like they have the armor, which is like not like a super hard carry, and then maybe they're looking for another one who can kind of complement like this kind of frontline tanky business. I suppose Magebane isn't really too concerned by like Calamity's ulti, and she is kind of reliant on mana, and she doesn't really get too well if she gets like kind of run down. So I kind of think the Magebane ban makes sense. So.
Sorry, I saw a Solstice pick coming out, and although my jungler tinkling vibe kicked in, I actually have a feeling this is going to be a laning Solstice because I have seen them run the Prophet Solstice as a combo lane. So
I think it's a pretty standard lane. I've seen it like run in a lot of different teams in the past as well. Because it's just they're both really strong for laning together. I'm still kind of curious because the team, at least from what I can see, they look very squishy. Like the front line is Solstice, and if he has a rough game or like a rough start, and he's not like one of the more tanky strength heroes anyway. You don't really run him as a frontline tanker. He's just mostly like a like a nuker kind of thing. So they do look pretty squishy all around. But I guess the total nuke on the Hellborn side isn't really that high, other than if you get to like the mid late game. But it does look like a really squishy lineup they're running.
So Pyromancer was one of the last picks for Legion, and then Hellborn. They did pick up Hammer, I think Hammer NG on third and fourth pick, and then last pick Lodestone. So they rounded off their draft pretty solid, I would say, complementing Armadon a bit with some initiation.
Okay, so this pause is actually great. Before like seeing the how they're gonna lane it, how do you think they're gonna lane it? Because you think they're just gonna go with the standard 2-1-2 with the like long lane Solstice plus Prophet, and then like Pyromancer mid and Calamity Merman on bottom?
Yeah, so at first glance, I would say Legion's 2-1-2, and then Calamity is very capable of solo laning if she's in a 1v1, so they might just throw the second support, which would most likely be the Myrmidon, to tri-lane with the Solstice. I think ideally you want 2v2 lane with the Solstice because he's kind of level dependent, but I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world to have like two like decently strong supports laning with him to make pressure at the same time. So I think 2-1-2 to start would be probably their best option, but we'll see where the supports end up going.
Do you think it's out of the question to try lane the Calamity on long lane and then send the Solstice to solo 1v1 bottom lane?
That's actually a good point. Actually, that could be quite good. I think Calamity is kind of similar though, right? To like,
she is.
I think she might be even more level dependent than the Solstice is.
But they are 3 range heroes, so I guess they're all 3 like relatively squishy lane range heroes, but they And I suppose if you like lane those against Hammerstorm, Engineer Pearl, it might be a little bit troublesome. So looking at the Hellborn lineup, how do you think they're going to lane this?
Yeah, so they have the options, like you said, to run that tri-lane, which that's a very, very strong looking tri-lane on paper with very strong supports, and the Hammer has initiation as the carry to set up for Keg.
Yeah, it looks really easy to play that lane.
And then they have the two strength heroes in Armadon and Lotso, which are great at just 1v1ing or even 1v2ing. Like both these heroes would not mind at all to be 1v2. So probably securing Hammer Farm would make the most sense, but I don't think they're locked in to do that. They could do like a Lodestone Engineer somewhere, either long most likely to create pressure, or short, depending on whether or not they want to avoid this Legion makeup of like the Solstice combo.
Yeah,
I think they're fine to fight it though with the Hammerstorm. That's a pretty strong lane they drafted themselves.
Yeah, I think I'm like kind of, at least personally, I kind of like the idea of just sending the Lodestone Suicide and then like running the Armada mid lane. And then you start out with the tri-lane top lane, and then like if there's no pressure there, you can just send one support to help the either the middle lane or the long lane. I guess Armada doesn't really need a support that much because he doesn't really pressure that much other than with his spine burst. So he just needs levels for the most part. But I just don't really see how. I guess if you send the Armada long lane with like a Pearl or something, that just seems odd because then you're gonna run the Lodestone middle. So I think it's just makes the most sense to run the Armada mid lane, and then they seem to be tri-laning long lane.
And that's also an option they have. Not too bad.
I guess I don't know if the intention is to pressure or to dodge the enemy tri-lane, because the only at least personally, I do think it's like a bit more risky to run an aggressive tri-lane rather than a safe tri-lane, especially on a hero like Hammerstorm, where you also kind of want to do you want to farm stacks at some point. But if your supports are in the enemy jungle, you're really kind of forced to stack the enemy jungle, which is also a little bit of a risky business. So
yeah, I was going to ask you about that, since they are looking to run the Hammerstorm long lane. That's going to not give them that option to sit back and stack the jungle, get him like maybe that early Elder Parasite or whatever farming tool he wants, and then he can just go in there and cleave down the stacks. But they want to make some pressure.
It does obviously help the Lodestone have a better start. The Lodestone opted to go for a shield, which isn't that pretty atypical in that hero? Because usually you just go plates at level 1 if you're playing. I guess it's not
so typically speaking, you don't want to get shield on Lodestone because you're going to get plates anyway. Either they're level 2 at the latest or level 1. If you're really confident, you can just sit in the lane, and then that will not proc with the buckler.
Okay, so they do seem to be avoiding the tri-lane. So it was actually a Solstice tri-lane, as you called out, and it's a Calamity solo, and that I think Calamity is going to be struggling against this tri-lane. So if she doesn't see, if they're really kind of mindful about it and don't show Lodestone top, then there might be a chance that they can actually get first blood here with the Calamity.
And I think they saw him with this ward blocking that easy camp, so I think they know he's down here. Well, they should know he's down here anyway, but they know he's down here. And
they might go for dive here.
With him.
They are going to go for but they're going to back off because of the TP coming in. Alright, that's good pressure.
It's good to see them using the skills right away, making sure Calamity can't lane safely. And we see the two supports TP immediately, so we're going to evolve into a Calamity tri-lane versus a Hammerstorm tri-lane.
It's going to be interesting. So this is actually kind of what I initially hinted, but it's instead of being on the top lane, it's going to be on the bottom lane. Curious how it's going to play out.
So Solstice will be 1v1 against Lodestone. I actually feel like he could do decently in this matchup.
Yeah, I think Solstice actually is favored against Lodestone 1v1 if he plays it well. I think with the continuous heal and the AoE damage from his Solar Slash, I think he's going to be pressuring the Lodestone quite a bit. There is, of course, still the danger of getting killed at level 6 from the Lodestone, but I still think he should be slightly favored if he plays it well.
Yeah, so how would you play this lane? Would you just flash farm and then go into the jungle and cleave the jungle stacks down? Utilize the daytime?
It's actually a good question. I don't really have too much personal experience on that hero. I do think in general, if you are like a hero that can kind of if you naturally push out the lane, you shouldn't really push too much effort into trying to like make sure your
Bottom
lane
lane,
is...
we have a stun coming out on the Calamity. There's the keg. This could be the first blood. The apple is used by Calamity, and she will fall. The auto attacks take her down. Pearl getting credit for the bloodlust, and they are pursuing onto the Myrmidon. A slow comes out from the Pearl. There is going to be a hammer stun up, but oh, he does get it casted actually, and the Myrmidon survives on 14 life. He's gonna go down to the turret, snipes him out. Engineer has those marchers. That's a 2-0 start here for Great.
This is looking like a very good early game for Great. I think they're kind of leaning it exactly how they want it right now. If they can actually win this tri lane very hard, it's gonna be a... Ooh, there he's going challenging the
Engineer's
DD
gonna
rune.
actually snipe the DD rune out from Pyro. And
Wait,
he
yeah.
might fall here. He doesn't have the marchers to get away from Armadon. He's trying to go for the kill on the Engineer, but he has the marchers again. And then 4-player collapse. They take out the Pyro. That is unfortunate because I don't know if you caught that, but he was actually waiting on the ramp for his bottle to come. He would have had that rune before the Engineer got there. So just very unfortunate timing there.
A little bit sad that Hammer wasted his stun there, but I suppose it's not a big deal. I guess it has Lunateer mana.
Yep, he's currently mana potting up.
Yeah, but as I was saying, in regards to the Solstice, I think it's especially in a hero where you'll just naturally push out the lane. It just generally just makes more sense just to push out the lane pretty hard, and then you just pull the meteor cam and farm that as well, and you'll get like a natural lead instead of trying to like spend worrying too much about like trying to deny to keep the lane. And as you can see,
He's
he's
doing
also
that right now as well. He's taking the easy cap. He's currently got like a 8 or so creep lead, which probably has to do with the jungle.
I don't really know if it's even worth it that much to like just because right now he's like I would prefer if he just fully pushed out the lane instead of like because now he's just trading fully with the lodestone, which should be in lodestone's favor. But maybe it's fine to just to. It seems a little bit odd to me. I think you're better off pulling it, like stacking it at some point and pulling it after you push out the lane and it's clearing it with the double camp. But
yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree. I think you'd rather stack it. You also get more lifesteal when the camps are stacked. Bot lane, Hammer's taking a lot of pressure. Here comes a cart from Myrmidon. Doesn't stun him up, but the auto attacks from Calamity are doing a lot of damage. Here come the dragons as well. Power supply gonna get the HP of Hammerstorm to safety. Engineer, just barely misses that keg. It was on the very verge of hitting Myrmidon there, but both sides trading pressure, no kills happening.
yeah, he was really holding on to that hammer throw for a long time, and also not choosing to use his galvanize to speed up his moon speed. So that was a little bit questionable, but he did get away at the end of the day. So
how's the mid lane matchup going? Obviously, we saw Pyromancer die once. 20-0 versus 18-3, so he's actually still leading by a little bit on creeps. But I would say overall pretty even.
I do think Pyromancer is one of the not the few heroes, but he's definitely one of the heroes that is able to pressure an Armadon because the constant just spamming the Phoenix wave is just. I know Armadon can kind of push out the wave and pressure with his spine burst, but I think it's hard to do that against the constant Dragon wave, Phoenix wave coming in your face. So.
Yeah, one of the weaknesses of Armadon is that he doesn't have any like burst, so he has to slowly chase you and nuke you down. Gives you a lot of time to think about what you want to do. As we see Engineer coming in for a counter gank here. The Blazing Strike takes out Armadon before Engineer can land a keg stun, and the Illusion Rune not going to be able to secure a kill here. Back on the Pyromancer.
Slightly wishful thinking, trying to go for the kill. I do think I'm a little bit surprised that Armadon chose to finish his protective talisman.
This ultimate, sorry to cut you off there, hits Engineer square in the face, and the Phoenix Wave takes him out. So that was a very fast kill on the level 2, or well, he hit level 3 there, Engineer.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's just a bit unusual just to finish his protective talisman before he buys the bottle on Armadon, because I feel like you kind of just want to spam your spine burst and push out the wave and then go for runes. That way you can trade pretty easily. Whereas currently he's like. He doesn't really have any like kind of region to keep him full HP at all times. So
I agree. I as much as I love the talisman on Armadon, I think you do want to get the bottle first still.
Yeah,
because if you're going for this route, you're almost saying I've conceded trying to like play aggressive in response. You're just kind of relegated to playing like on the back foot. We have a fight in the bot lane. Myrmidon gets taken out there. Let's see if Legion can get any counter kills as Calamity's running forward. Pearl is out of mana. She does use the Sack Stone, has mana for the Asphyxiate here. She's going to use it on the Calamity. Hammer Throw comes out. Pearl leaps forward, does go down to the Dragons, but Engineer and Hammerstorm looking for a counter kill here. Calamity's trying to juke in the trees, but they will be able to bring her down. Yes, they will. Murmina gets a double carp, doesn't stun them up. The Weave Field is going to miss, and Hammerstorm on the run here. Engineer throwing the keg a little bit off there as Pyro's coming in to try to thwart back some of this pressure. Hammerstorm running all the way through Legion jungle. Trying to...
He poked the cell, but it just disappeared immediately. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I missed that. He's going to deny himself to...
that was a good recovery.
He's going to die to the neutrals. Probably had nowhere to go at that point, so decides to not give up a kill.
The only issue is that like all these constant fighting, it doesn't really like help the Hammer particularly. He's still sitting at 250 GPM, which is just not like, I know his score is 1, 1, and 4, but you really kind of need to pick up some pace on that Hammer Storm if you want to like kind of have him pick up the speed and become a scary carry at some point in the game. Because as it stands currently, it's kind of playing into the mid game power that that Legion is trying to aim for. I feel like where the Calamity is sitting at like a steady 300 GPM, the Solstice is getting a pretty good early game. It seems like he's building into a mat for it. So. And then they have the Pyromans as well, so they're just going to have a really, really strong mid game, which I'm a bit concerned about for the Hellborn side.